Wow, I feel really special after that. That's great. For a minute, I didn't think they had to be named Alex to be in first class, though. So thanks for breaking that up. All right, so we're going to start out with a quick question. How many of you are from the, well, let me ask you this question. Does anybody here take payments in their contact center? Who takes payments? Anybody? No. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit fresh for you. Are you familiar with PCI, what PCI stands for? Help me out. A little bit. Okay, so PCI stands for Payment Card Industry. And so essentially the standard is PCI DSS, which is Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. And what we do is we integrate with Vonage to allow you as a Vonage contact center to be able to take payments over the phone or in other media securely. So our job is to allow you to take payments in a PCI compliant manner. So you're taking a secure payment really without exposing your organization or your agent to any sensitive data from your customers. So we're going to talk through this. First off, there's definitely some common misconceptions and myths out there. And some of this is more than just a misconception. I mean, some of it is just really kind of old technology, the way people used to do things. So a lot of folks in contact centers feel like, okay, I can pause and resume my recording. And if I pause and resume my recording, I'm compliant. Okay, but really, if you think about it, pausing and resuming your recording doesn't make you PCI compliant. What that does is it actually takes the recorder out of scope, but your agent is still in scope. Your agent is entering information on the desktop, which brings your desktop into scope. So pausing and resuming of recording really only does one piece of that. Yeah. Then there's things like clean room environments where your agents actually go into a room and they have to surrender their phones and their pens and their pads and all this other stuff. So that is it diminishes morale amongst the agents. It's really not a good solution overall. Encrypted VoIP technology. Encrypting the technology is expensive. It's technically difficult. It's really not something that's done often anymore. And then forcing a call to another service is like, let's say we're going to have an agent take a telephone call, but when it comes time to take a payment, they're going to push that caller off to another technology like an IVR to make that payment and then pull that caller back. Well, what ends up is you have compensating controls, things that can fail in a lesser customer experience by doing that. And then the other thing is single payment channels. That's a thing of the past, right? We don't only want to offer one payment channel. Today, we can offer channels in basically omni-channel, multi-ways to take payments, right? So let's make sure we can get this thing to work here. There we go. So let's say if we want to make this experience better, the idea is to instill customer trust, right? If that customer understands that you're protecting their data, if you ask them to do things the way that we're going to talk through here today, they understand that you're trying to protect their sensitive data, and instilling that trust in your customer is something that you would like to do. Removing friction, simplifying the agent experience, providing a channel of source as far as different types of communication channels, providing multiple payment options, and then seamless integration with Vonage. This is what we're going to kind of walk through right now to show you how we do this. Okay, so ultimately, in this description here, you have the caller on the left, you have PCI Pal and the payment processor in the middle, and you have Vonage and the Vonage contact center agent on the right. And I'm going to kind of walk through to show you how this works. In the case of a contact center agent talking to a customer that's ready to take a payment, the Vonage contact center agent is going to click on a button that's going to allow them to enable our application. So they would do this when they're ready to take a payment, right? So they will enable our application. As soon as they do that, we're going to secure that call. So now we are sitting between the caller and the agent. So when the agent is ready to accept that payment, they'll tell the caller to go ahead and enter their credit card information using the keypad on their phone. They will go ahead and do that. And as soon as they start to enter it, the agent will actually see that information appear on their screen. So they will know that the information is being entered. However, they won't hear any of the touch tones, so they will not hear the DTMF tones. They will know that it's been entered, but none of that information is exposed to the agent. The other piece that we talked about is as far as a recorder is concerned, if recording this information, again, that information is not going to reach the recorder because it never reached the Vonage environment. Comes time for the expiration, they'll hit that. And you might notice here, if you look at the caller's keypad, they entered 9221 for an expiration. Well, 92 is not a month, and 21 was a few years ago. So that is not valid. And you will see that our solution picked that up. And the agent then can go ahead and hit that refresh button and ask the caller to re-enter that information. And when they do, they're going to enter a correct 1227, and you'll see that it appears on the screen that they got that one right. From there, they'll enter the CVV, and once they do that, the agent will be prompted to go ahead and process that payment. And what we're going to do is we're going to send that to the payment processor, whoever their payment processor is, we're going to integrate to. So we integrate at the telephony level, and then we integrate at the desktop level and at the payment processor. So we're going to go ahead and send that payment to the payment processor. We're going to get a result back, and then we will dump that result back into whatever system of record that the contact center uses. From that point, it's complete. So there's a couple of other things that I'd like to point out here. This was us taking a payment over the phone using DTMF. We have other solutions as well. So let's say the caller wanted to speak their credit card information instead of entering on the keypad. We do have an option, and there would simply be a button underneath here that would allow the agent to press the button and then tell the caller to go ahead and speak their credit card information. We will do speech to text conversion, and we'll capture it that way. So you can do it with speech. Aside from that, this is, again, taking payment over the phone. We have a very similar solution for omnichannel. So if you're doing text, so SMS, chat, email, social, any other type of payments that you'd like to make, we do it the exact same fashion, just through omnichannel. And then lastly, we also do have an IVR solution as well. So if you want to take purely agentless payments, we have the ability to do that as well through Vonage. And that should bring me to the end here. So ultimately, our idea here, our goal is to take your environment 100% out of scope. So none of your environment, not your agent, nothing is exposed to that credit card information, so you're fully out of scope. So when it comes time for that audit at the end of the year, you have a whole lot less questions that you have to answer within the audit, and it falls back onto our attestation of compliance. Any questions? Yes.
This is for US. Is it also available internationally?
It is global, yes. So we do have a global presence. And so we are running, our application is running on AWS, and we have multiple AWS instances around the globe. So depending upon where you are in the vast majority of the globe is covered, yes.
Yeah.
Anything else? No? All right. So I guess it's time to give away your prize.
I love it. Oh, sweet job.